It would be almost impossible not to take a look back at Brandon Young's previous start when he was almost perfect through 8 innings against the Houston Astros on Friday. So of course, this time on Annielytics, I'm going to break down some MLB Statcast numbers from that near historical start. But first, we'll start off with the basics. Prior to Friday, Young had only posted one quality start of 11 outings in the majors. None of them had fewer than 4 hits allowed. So here's what the stat line looked like in Game 1 against the Astros on Friday night. 8 innings with 93 total pitches, 1 hit allowed in that 8th inning, 0 runs, 0 walks, and 6 strikeouts. That pitch total is a huge difference compared to 95 pitches thrown in just 4 2/3 innings back in April. Now we can get into the weeds of why that outing looked so different. Firstly, he increased the usage of his slider into that pitch mix. Before that night, he only used that slider at most 11 times in one outing. This time it was 24, so this came down to intent from the battery.
Just depending on what we're trying to do with the hitter, the cutter is a little bit more horizontal and the slider provides a little bit more depth, just given like a bigger speed differential, and really liked how it looked in pregame today, so kind of upped that usage.
Behind the dish, Adley Rutschman also noted that Young was throwing all of his pitches for strikes, whether he was ahead or behind in the count. Now, this was only the second time this season for Young that he's tallied more than 60 strikes in one outing. Of course, the other one was the only other quality start. But the right-hander was also taking charge off the jump, putting each batter on defense, tallying 15 first pitch strikes out of 25 batters faced. That's a 60% first pitch strike rate, so just below the MLB average of 62.1. The next thing you need to know about Brandon Young's almost perfect outing last time out against the Astros is, of course, his fastball command, executing pitches very well and making sure not to leave them in the middle of the plate. He said that this was one of the biggest areas of focus between his recent starts, and it clearly worked. But this is a must for Brandon Young given the fact that his four-seamer's velocity sits just below league average, so being precise is crucial for him. But there was also this ability to expand the zone. He only threw inside the strike zone 40% of the time, but he made it work because he didn't allow any walks and he got the Astros lineup to chase. His four-seamer saw a 44% outside swing rate, and of his 24 outs on the night, 15 of them were from outside the zone. So even though he wasn't living inside the zone, the fastball command was still precise and effective. Here's the righty after the outing last week.
Getting the fastball command back, just locating it to just all four sides. I mean, up, down, east and west, just trying to get ahead and trying to have a little oomph on the fastball. It's not going to be an easy fastball. I'm going to try to, drive it by him every pitch.
He didn't get much swing and miss, but the contact was weak. Only 5 pitches out of his 93 total were hit hard into fair territory. Basically, Young was on point when it came to locating his pitches where he wanted them and expanding the zone to deceive the batter into weak contact. His four-seamer only got an average exit velo of 84 miles per hour. And of course, there's also that mental element to pitching 8 scoreless innings with just 1 hit. Both Rutschman and interim manager Tony Mansolino credited his mature presence on the mound and his ability to control nerves on top of all the tactical stuff. That's something you can't necessarily find on MLB Statcast.